What's good, people? Welcome back to the Bleachverse. So I've recently been binging on the Can't Fear Your Own World novels, and man, all I can say is that I really hope the novels are adapted into an actual anime series sometime in the future, because the gems in this series are absolutely mind-blowing. Anyway, in this short clip, I want to talk about an interesting fact that I recently came across while enjoying the novels, so stick around and let's get into this interesting topic revolving around Sexta Espada Grimmjow and our favorite mad scientist, Kurosuchi Mayuri. So, the Can't Fear Your Own World novels, as we know, are not as widely consumed or as popular compared to the source material due to the fact that although they are in fact canon, some audiences still do not view them as canon material. However, Kubo's blessing to release this novel series has exonerated these masterpieces and given us hope of a possible continuation of the narrative from the canon material. Before I proceed any further, let me state that there may be several spoilers concerning the story in this novel. With that said, I want to talk about an important scene that is in the second part of the Can't Fear Your Own series that touches on Mayuri's diabolical post-cognition drug that we've seen in action in Core 2 of the 1000-Year Blood War arc. So, if you can remember Core 2, we see Mayuri pull the ultimate Uno reverse card and crush the savage zombie Hitsugaya with this deadly post-cognition drug. As we all know, up until that point, the drug is a totally new invention by our man Mayuri, and we see him use it to easily rout the zombified Hitsugaya. However, way after the end of the Second Quincy War and the defeat of Yhwach, there occurs another instance where the time-lapse drug is used, but with totally different results. So, several decades after the Second Quincy War, during a period of relative peace in Soul Society and all the other realms, there occurs a minor scuffle in Rukongai district that involves Sexta Espada Grimmjow and a newly upgraded former Sexta Espada Lupi. The conflict actually begins as a scuffle between the new Quincy members of Mayuri's corps unit, Candice and Minnie, who are under instruction to engage the Fullbringers Ginjo, Tsukishima and Kutsuzawa in a battle. Mayuri does this so that he can observe the powers and fighting abilities of the Fullbringers, who he is trying to study and possibly capture as test subjects. Soon after the fight begins, Grimmjow shows up in the Rukongai battlefield through a Garganta, looking to settle an earlier battle he had had with the Soul King candidate Hikone. However, Grimmjow is disappointed he cannot find Hikone and instead finds himself in the middle of the scuffle between Mayuri's Quincy's and the Fullbringers. Grimmjow joins the scuffle and faces off against Candice, who attacks him first. Shortly after, Lupi, who is also present in the vicinity of the battlefield, realizes the arrival of his sworn enemy Grimmjow and immediately moves to meet him and avenge his murder. The two face off, and as their battle rages on, Lupi releases his resurrection and takes the fight to the next level. Soon after, Grimmjow also gets into his release state and the two battle fiercely. During the battle, Grimmjow gets splattered by Lupi's blood, which, as we all know, is laced with Mayuri's post-cognition drug. The drug initially seems to take an immediate effect on Grimmjow, but what happens next shocks even Lupi, who already thinks he has won the battle. Instead of being trapped in a mind time loop, Grimmjow instantly recovers from the post-cognition drug and is back to normal even before Lupi can finish him off. This feat not only shocks Lupi but also our guy Mayuri, who's watching the conflict from afar. So it turns out the real reason that Grimmjow was tolerant to Mayuri's poison is actually due to his encounters with the Quincy Askin during the battle in the second Quincy invasion of Soul Society in the 1000-Year Blood War arc. As we know, in the source material and the anime, after their first brief fight, Grimmjow is left paralyzed by Askin after he poisons him. Though he almost dies from this attack, Grimmjow is ultimately healed by Urahara using the antidote that Urahara miraculously whips up in the heat of the battle between Askin and Yorichi. Ultimately, it seems this exposure to both the poison and perhaps Urahara's antidote built Grimmjow's resilience to any poison, though Grimmjow himself did not realize it up until his second battle with Loops. All in all, this fascinating occurrence really makes you think about how potent Askin's poison had to be in order to help build tolerance to a drug as sinister as the post-cognition drug. Additionally, it also makes you think about the unaccounted growth in individual power that occurs to the key characters such as Grimmjow and others after the 1000-year Blood War. Essentially, it leaves a whole lot of room for imagination about what these characters are able to do thanks to the experiences they gather from the 1000-year Blood War. Anyway, I'm going to end this video with that and hand over the discussion to the audience. I would really like to hear your 2 cents about this topic. Drop your thoughts and any additional information I may not have mentioned on the comment section, and let's share the knowledge and keep the discussion going. As always, if you did enjoy the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more great content. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.